Okay, welcome back. So I'm going to continue off my previous examples and just show some other cool things that you can do with this jQuery Ajax call. So right now we have, I know that it's a little more dynamic because now we're actually pulling this data back and then setting up our tables like this. But it's not as dynamic as I would want it to be. Because right now all we're going to be showing is the Avengers, or I guess in this previous example, John Wick. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take this all out for now. This is not how I want to do it. I'm going to show you a new way to do that here in a little bit. And I don't think I need... Is that the document.ready? I believe it is. Yes. Okay, so I do need that. Bring you up. I guess you can stay down there. Okay. And I'm going to change this back down to response. So I'm going to show you a really cool way to do this. So we can break this apart. Instead of having Avengers in here statically, we can make it a little more sexy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new variable called var, and I'm going to use var because I want it to be global. And I'm just going to make an empty string. Whoop. Empty string for now, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to take out this Avengers. I'm going to add, forgot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pass in the user input. Now obviously this is going to be blank because user input is blank, so bear with me as we pretty this up. So we're going to go to the CSS framework that I'm using, and I am using, I believe, Materialize. Yes, Materialize, which is similar to Bootstrap. I just felt like trying something different today. Never reinvent the wheel. Never, never, never. Never. So if you go here, let's see what they have. CSS, no. I'm looking for inputs. Oh, inputs of some sort. So forms maybe. Form fields, text area. That sounds close to what I... that's not... No, I'm already on Slack. Why would you do this to me? Okay. So I just want something really simple. Kind of like this idea. So I'm just going to take this, copy this, and it's going to plop this right into my HTML, just as is. See how that looks. Let's open it up. I like it. I don't really want Alvin to be in there, so I'm just going to take that out right here. So that should fix that. And then where is it getting first name? I think it's right from here, right? Okay, so this is going to change to movie. Perfect. And this input is really not the first name, so I'm going to change this to movie input. You could have kept these all the same, but I like, you got to make your code easier to read and easier to understand. So now with this is nice, good. And then I also want something that I can target. So it can, once I put this info in there and I hit something, it will go. So I'm just, okay, so I like this button idea right here. I'm going to take this button. Once again, never, never invent the wheel. Okay. Let's load this up. Put a button in there. Awesome. And I want to be able to target this, so I'm going to call this movie. Actually, let's be more intuitive. We'll do submit. So we'll do that. There we go. And I've put this targeter on here so I can hit it. And I think I need to change one other thing. Oh yeah, so this is for movie input now. Oops. Perfect. And I think that's everything I need, right? Yes, I am happy. And I'm just going to go to simple display here. I'm going to go down to here. Take this guy out. I'm not going to worry about the poster anymore. Let's just make sure everything runs. I always like to double check my actual HTML down here to make sure that everything looks good. Movie input, good. Okay, we like it. We're liking it. We're falling in love. Let's continue. So now I only want this to run when that button is clicked, right? Oops. So I only want this to run when this button is clicked. So I'm going to do a onClick handler. So once again, I have this as a previous video. So I'm going to target this class movie button. Once again, this is coming from this button right here that I created, submit. So I'm targeting that class. Oh, see, wouldn't have worked. This needs to be submit. So I'm targeting submit. I'm doing an onClick event. And that needs to encapsulate all of this. One thing that I always do to debug, I always want to make sure my click event is working right away. So that way, if anything does break, I know it's not the click event. Now this might not work out very well because nothing's being passed in, so I'm just going to comment it out. Oops, I was on the wrong page. So let's see what happens. So there you go. So you can clearly see that this button is working. So now I know that if something does break in this code, it is not my click event. So I can go ahead and take this out. So now I need to capture this user's click. Or I'm sorry, this user's enter right here. So once again, I'm going to use the power of jQuery. So I'm going to do user is equal, and remember I'm declaring user up here. And it's global, so it's going to be able to be referenced down here. So basically, I am now going to use jQuery again, and I'm going to target the movie input, which is right here. So I'm going to target, oh, sorry, I'm not even showing you, which is right here, movie input. So I'm targeting that, click the wrong one, movie input. So I'm going to grab that data, and that's saved as movie input. This is why I use dashes in my HTML, so I know for a fact when I look at this, this is an HTML element. I know that it's jQuery, and I know that you're usually going to do DOM manipulation, but I just like that quick buffer that, hey, it's a dash, so I know it's HTML. And it's underscore, so that therefore I know it's jQuery. So now what I'm going to do is use a jQuery function called val, which is basically going to grab the value out of here. So what a user could do is enter hey and then put a bunch of space and hit submit. We don't want that, so I'm going to run another function called trim, which basically says take out all the white space. We don't want any white space. So that's exactly what we're doing right now, is we're going to take it out. And as a safe buffer, we'll say the input was, always comment your code except in the beginning, so you know, for example, that's working. And then I'm going to console log the URL so that I also know that the URL is being placed incorrectly. These are great debugging tips. So let's test this out. So once again, I'm typing this in, the Punisher, and then I'm doing a click event. So now I know the input was Punisher, which was correct, and it's passing in Punisher good. Oh, and I'm not console logging response, hence why nothing's being shown. Let's do this one more time. Let's go ahead and make this a little bigger. Notice that I just got this info back. Ah! So it's picking the one up from 1999. I think that's the one with Dolph Lundgren. Maybe The Punisher would work better. Nope, it is the exact same thing. I always think that I need to save it. There. Now I got this should be the one with actors. Nope. What the hell movie is this? 2004? Oh, that's that really terrible one. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, get that off the screen right now. Put something better. No! Why is that button not working again? Oh, it's just consolating down here. Okay, I forgot. Okay, get it off your screen. Bam. Okay. So the Avengers. So we got the Avengers back. And we can keep on doing this. And there's Monster. Now let's get this to the page. And I want to show you something really cool that's in jQuery called the each function. Each works very good on objects. So what we're doing here is .each. Whoops. Just like that. We're passing in our object, so that's response. We're running an anonymous function. Anonymous function just means a function without a name. And I do key and value because that's what an object is. What is inside an object? An object has a key and it has a value. Once again, you can name these whatever you want. Some people do I and element. That makes sense too. I just like this one, but once again, it's totally up to you as a programmer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to append it to the page. And what did I call main display? I called it display. And I'm going to append it so it doesn't race itself every time it iterates. So I'm going to console log the key. Add this nice little break so we don't have that. And I'm going to then do value. And then I'm going to add this HTML element. So jQuery is so powerful it allows you to add HTML elements in there as well. And let's try it. Look at that. So basically this each function is going over each element in the thing. So it's like when we console log keys out and then I did a for loop on keys, so that's what's happening. And it's going over each element. So the key, so I'm printing out the key, which is title, year, rated, so on and so forth. And then the value, which is the Simpson movie, 2007, PG-13, so on and so forth. And then I'm adding a break right here, and to show you what so if I did not do this break, it's going to get really ugly really fast. If I can spell. See, it's going to put it right next to each other, so that's why we want this. And there you go. Let me show you the elements quick so you can see exactly what's happening here. So it's adding this dynamically. See, break, break, and then it's adding it one piece at a time. This is why jQuery is so amazing, because it allows you to manipulate the DOM using vanilla and regular JavaScript. So yeah, so basically this is what a very dynamic website looks like. It allows the user to put in a name and then return this data back. So we officially made a website just like theirs. just with a few little pieces. Now, once again, you would still, if you wanted to make a website exactly like theirs, you would need a database of all these movies. So we are using API to get around that and use the data that they allow us to use, which is very nice of Omnibot. Thank you very much. So yeah, this is a quick tutorial on what you can do with Ajax. All right, thank you. Bye.